Let's see. Do I have anything else that could help convince these people to step forward? Trust my anonymity. It'll definitely play out well for you, I swear.
I promise I won't disappear into the night as soon as
Yeah.
this goes badly.
It's not magic, it's not danger sense, I'm just looking. I can reroll negotiations and leadership, so that's good.
Hmm.
Other than that, I think there's unfortunately nothing here I could really do. Okay, so this is good. 4 big dice, let's go.
4 big dice.
Wow.
Oof.
You know what? This is the time for me to use my knack, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. We have 3 successes already, and since it's going to be a brand new day anyway, I may as well put my personality into it. Really get across to them the spirit of this.
Yes.
For 4 successes.
All right.
I rally the religious community together.
Okay. Sorry. I'm just making a note.
But of course, if someone comes for me today, I won't roll leadership or personality.
Sorry, I missed the beginning of that. You're rallying them together to do what?
To stand up at the trial and be witnesses to the good character of Collette.
Got it.
Yep, and I think we'll say 4 successes, that's 4 individuals. That's a good...
That sounds good.
Again, these are like people with some clout, so...
It's 4 more than we had before.
I saw the abbot fornicating with the devil.
Right. And now it's up to our new friend to see, like, if he can pull anyone together.
Yes.
Out you go, puppy.
Okay. So he, as I said, he's a good businessman. He knows how to sell an idea to people, and he is noble, so I'll let him use his nobility. So his base roll will be 2d8 and a d12 for his nobility.
Yep, those are pretty good odds.
Right, they're not bad.
You definitely can't roll 2-3-2 like I did on 2d10 and a d12.
Surely not. Let's see.
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out. 2d8, 1d12. I'm on fire.
Hey.
Can't stop, won't stop. So we'll say that's 3 local nobles who have stories of being helped in their time of need by this Collette person.
All right.
So that's a total of
great. We have a sizable number of people to step up in her favor. It's not a one-sided trial, and they will have to actually provide some sort of proof now, I think.
Right?
Again.
And when they do, we're screwed.
Unless it's a completely orchestrated court.
Oh, yeah, unless the Baron just steps and goes, well, I've heard everything, and I've decided she's guilty.
Yeah, all this pre-plotting. And we're literally just waiting 2 days for the Baron to come. That's it.
It's okay.
That's
once everyone sees the miscarriage of justice, he will surely change his mind.
Right. Okay.
I can't wait for the Baron to come in. It's Harmon.
It was Della Vega the whole time.
Play the theme music. Wait, don't. It's copyright.
Okay, cool. So, the day of the trial is at hand. Did we abandon the planting false evidence? Do you want to try that?
We don't have anybody with good stealth. I wasn't going to risk it.
Yeah, no, we're just going to abandon that.
I'm not
it would be interesting, but beyond scope.
I'm not going to get caught, and I'm not going to let it get traced back to me either. I don't get my hands dirty.
Okay, cool. All right. So, it is the day of the trial. Another cloudy, overcast day that, but with a chill to the air. So you know that should it begin to precipitate, it will likely be snow flurries and not rain.
Oh, not sleet?
I know what I will do. I will go outside into the snow and look, see, I am not freezing to death already. I am thus a saint.
You know, I know one of us.
Also a saintly power.
I know
Don't
one of us.
Don't we have to wait long enough for you to freeze to death?
No, as you can see, I am immune to the snow. I'm going back
inside. You might as well be
now.
saying, also, behold, I'm immortal. Watch me not die.
Watch as I don't die.
You know, the thing that he's showing off is literally the thing he would do anyway. Watch as my body freezes into a state where it will remain neutral for the rest of eternity. That thing that your power already does to you.
Indeed. Okay.
Anyway, I was going to say Anushka has weather sense. She could tell us if it's going to sleet or rain.
Yeah, it's going to be balmy.
Well, okay. Anushka's gone stupid with alcohol, I guess.
Okay. And then halfway through the trial, the sun comes out and it actually gets quite warm. Everyone takes off their jackets.
See?
And
Yeah,
to think
so-
we lacked faith.
Right.
It's-
Okay.
It's just weather.
It's going to rain, but it's really cold, and the GM says it's going to snow. Rafferty, what do you think? It's balmy.
Balmy.
Okay, not going
Sun
back to
showers.
that weatherman anymore.
So they have erected an outdoor. Oh, would they do this? Yeah, they want to do this outdoor because of this very important detail. There is a courtyard in the center of the town of Harmony that has been used traditionally for certain public speaking events. It's the favored site for festivals when they are held. And on this day, it has been there has been a large post erected or a stake, and they have arranged wood at the base of this stake. Collette is not. No one is tied to the stake, but it stands there as a grim reminder of consequences should this should this trial go poorly for Collette. You see her again. She has been brought out once again in chains. Girl cannot catch a break.
I'm sorry, do we burn spies at the stake? Is that...
For treason, yes.
Is it?
Treason.
Okay. People don't get hung?
I don't know. It's a fantasy world. In my fantasy world, these guys like to burn people.
Oh, it's your
she's
fantasy
They
being,
feel
world. Got
particularly
it.
vindictive today.
Has she broken clerical law or secular law?
That's a good question. I
I
guess
will-
in this case, the charges brought against her are secular.
Or secular?
They're charges of
Well, then,
treason.
man, this is like, Rafferty gets really dark. If they didn't hang her, they might break her on the wheel or draw and quarter her.
Ugh.
The wheel was secular? I thought the wheel was
Oh.
Breaking on the wheels both. The Marteau made a specific point of breaking people on the wheel and became associated with them, which is also it's an incredibly horrible way to go. But yeah, when you punish people for treason, you make a big spectacle out of it. It's like I hate to say this horrible, like how fantasy we want to be, but it's like we live in a post Game of Thrones. I don't think anything we write in our book is worse than Game of Thrones.
I mean, I guess burning at the stake is kind of a spectacle.
Burning at the stake is a big to do, and also is more associated with witches, mostly because you don't want their bodies coming back.
I guess that makes.
But
I was gonna say that makes logic.
Honestly, hanging or breaking on the wheel, you do that with treason because, holy hell, it takes you forever to die.
I guess I don't know, and I'm afraid to ask. I know there's pictures in the book.
Okay, breaking on the wheel is when you get a big heavy wheel, usually it's still attached to the cart, and you break their limbs with it, and then you thread their body through the wheel, and then put the wheel on public display while they slowly perish from their injuries.
Ugh.
Weird.
It's a weird one.
Very popular in medieval time.
Yeah. Okay. They're just looking and they're like, man, these wheels, this is a good invention. We can travel distances and
torture.
Yeah.
Torture.
And mad props to Jay Shell who agreed to draw it for us. He's one of my favorite illustrators.
I mean, yeah, there's, like I said, in the avoirdupois section of the omnibus, there's some great old medieval looking pictures, and one of them has the whole wheel thing. It's not as graphic as it probably would be.
Jay, like I said, the artist did a wonderful job because that's us, all about the good taste.
So yeah, well, I already set up this post for burning.
Yeah,
so
now I regret asking. I don't want. I don't want Collette to get her arms broken.
We already have all the wood.
Exactly. Still grim, but I don't know. Goes with my religious vibes. It makes more. I was gonna say when you said burning the witches, I don't want their bodies. I'm like, oh yeah, that does. There's some logic to that. And then I was like, there's no fucking logic to that.
Well,
but
no,
of course,
in
like
this
at least they
world-
thought it made sense.
In this world, there kind of is, but wouldn't that
right?
risk creating a shade, not a...
Sure. Exactly.
Depending on how
So-
hard she curses you in her final death.
Right. But okay. So yes, this is set up, and there is sort of a it's a public trial. Stands have been set up like bleachers, kind of like at a tournament event you would see. And you can see that there's a lot of people who have turned out. Some of them, their faces are masks of anger, and they're ready for justice to be done. Others are morose or stoic. They remember Collette fondly as a leader of the people, and are horrified to see that the fate that might become of her. And you guys have found places among this crowd to watch as Collette is brought out, and Jared is seated above all of these proceedings looking down. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I'm just like, I'm just wondering if Nishka wants to be present for this trial, because like, this sounds like this could go bad, and I'm not sure I could take that. But then again, I know no fear, so I guess I'm here with Connor.
Right. And meanwhile, the doctor is also is participating actively, I think.
I mean, does that fall under fear?
Yeah.
That's a good question. But I suppose I would be here if you asked me to be.
Sounds like regret.
Regret, I know.
No fear, and serve with post-traumatic stress disorder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess you could have fear of regret.
I could also have fear of fear itself.
It's one thing we can't stand.
All right. Also, I forgot, but I assumed that Anushka was taking that time while everyone else was spreading rumors to go and refresh Connor's wealth with a message from...
Yeah, I would also do that and deliver other mail. I'm a working girl, as it were.
Oh, well, the benefit of you doing that is that you will then get paid by Con, along with the doctor.
Right. So you two now have your money. I don't know how much they would have given Connor as a stipend, but I'll leave that up to you guys. Or you specifically, Red.
Right. I mean, you guys know that I'm a very lazy GM when it comes to tracking this stuff.
I assume Griffin has been keeping track of how much Connor owes him. So just multiply that by 2 for Anushka.
Right. To be fair, I've played games where I have kept ledgers, like I've kept track of everybody, what they're carrying, their money, and everyone has resented me for it. I did not know how much that would play into this game when we started, like a half a year ago or more. And there are things that I would do if we start a new campaign. I would probably track things a lot differently than we have.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what I would track. I would track all of the goal gifts that I've handed out, because I have no idea, and I realized that where I have tried to hand out duplicate gifts multiple times.
I track. Oh, you mean track the gifts you gave for them?
Yes, exactly.
I know Arcloyd has a very long list of what gave what.
I know. You guys have kept track on your characters, and I appreciate that, because it's the only way to know if this is the third time that I've tried to give you insider with, the people of
that doesn't
Rouges or
bother
whatever.
me if you keep giving us the same gifts and we keep selling them back.
Right. I mean, I guess it's...
But I hate
maybe
players, you guys know.
I mean, also, one of these times, someone might decide not to sell it back, and I just got it after the third attempt.
All right. So, if I understand, though, Anushka has gone and acquired Connor's money. Connor's gotten his money, and Connor, you said you were paying me back, right?
Yes.
124 dinar was the bill before.
Wow.
All right, and can you add to that the days of travel we've had? Because you have been under my employ.
That is true. The new bill is currently an additional 70.
He would have requested the full amount for both of you.
So let's see. Subtracting my current 19, that'd be 194 for me in particular. And you say you just want to pay Anishka the same?
Yes.
All right, Anishka, 194 denarii.
Thank you, sir.
May I have another?
So, what's the most expensive bath we could possibly go to after this is all done, Anishka?
One in molten gold, but I will be fine.
I think my tough exterior could handle that.
Just a bath in like wine, a wine bath.
Perfect.
Crushed petal. In melted snow, within the secret, the heart of hearts of the most sacred of the Doloro groves. My body handled by a broad-shouldered men with trimmed claws and dewy eyes. Okay, I'm going too far with this.
Dewy eyes?
No, I'm loving it.
Why dewy eyes?
Hey, I don't judge your idiosyncrasy.
Exactly.
I feel like
we'll
you
have
knew
to find
that
a way
you
to
would.
spend our money.
I'm just picturing. I'm making a Family Guy reference, so I apologize up front. But I'm picturing one time Lois has a fantasy of Peter, and he's exactly the same, except he's got very long eyes. It's like how she views him.
Yep.
His handsome version.
The handsome version. Yeah, no, broad shoulders.
Yeah.
The kind of
I think that's very reasonable.
Say, I want to listen to you complain about everyone in your life. You're totally right.
This is role playing, guys.
Well, I'm not
Putting
sure
yourself
that's role
in-
playing. That's turning too much into me.
Mm.
I want to listen to you complain and tell you how right you are.
It's only role playing if it's
No, that's
not secretly what you want. But yes, I guess so.
Actually, I'm wondering. I guess egg shampoos would be a thing, wouldn't they?
Sure, man. There's a lot of fur and hair to go around.
I gotta look this up.
So wait, the reptile eggs?
Yeah, basically.
Is that the same consistency as a regular egg?
No, but one of my favorite commentaries that I've seen people say in archaeology is like, when they tried to remake Roman concrete, they didn't know that you make it out of seawater. Everyone assumed it was fresh water because it just said water in the recipe. And people said, "Well, how would you know that?" It's like, well, what if I gave you a recipe that said it requires 2 eggs? What kind of eggs? You don't know.
Interesting.
Ostrich eggs, obviously.
Well, they're fish eggs. Could be any kind of egg.
Well, I think
there's a lot of different
one you
kinds
would
of
be able to tell by the recipe, because obviously you're not going to ask for 2 fish eggs. Let me 2 specks of caviar so I can put into this recipe.
I guess. I mean,
2 eggs feeds 50. Must be a chicken egg.
So that ostrich. You're going for volume, right?
You don't know. It just says egg.
okay. Are you guys ready for this trial? We don't have much more time.
I guess we're ready for the trial.
The more I keep it talking, the more life Collette has.
Exactly. You're just gonna filibuster this thing. So I set the scene basically. The way the trial is arranged is that people are going to speak on behalf of the accused or for the prosecution, giving evidence or whatever they can that she is a dirty traitor. The way that we're gonna do this mechanically is that you guys have rustled up some witnesses. Each witness has a certain degree of clout, and to keep this simple, I'm going to say that to win this trial, we're looking for 14 points of clout or success, right? 7 of that is taken care of by your witnesses. So there's 7 left remaining for you guys to make up with various arguments. And this would be the areas where you could include the dice for the rumors that you have spread. Really, the thing that you're going up against is the Archduke, a gaunt and tall horse who has drooping jowls and drooping eyelids. You can see the reds of his eyelids under his eyes. by all accounts, he seems like a severe and humorless man who who seems determined to punish this woman for her treasonous activity. And he carries a lot of clout. That's where the 14 points come from.
So then I would say let's go ahead and go in order, each make an argument and a roll then.
Yeah, I think that. You guys want a total of 7 successes from all of your rolls. So who wants to begin?
It seems only right that the member of the church begins.
Well, we don't have any of those.
Oh, I thought that the doctor would count as.
I know, but he's not the member. He's not a member of a. We always forget that.
Yelp.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want the holy individual to begin, he may. Oh, it's up to you guys. How you want this?
Well, I can certainly start.
You have been her most vocal advocate, so they request more witnesses, and Connor, you stand, and people take sharp intakes of breath at your countenance, and your general knightly demeanor. So, how would you like to proceed? What is your argument?
He will simply give an account. He will say he has no excuse for her leaving her post without word, but she had been captured in the course of trying to rescue a friend of hers from the pagan Phalon and the goblins. And her long absence was not of her doing, but of having been captured by a rogue nobleman who treated her as a slave and a plaything. We have rescued her from this fate and brought her home under the, I'm trying to think of the word here, under the impression that she would be welcomed back as a prodigal daughter of the church. This accusation of treason is blasphemous to one so devoted to the light as she, and in her devotion to the light, she is also thus devoted to the crown of Chalon-sur-Saudry. And then he will, at that point, he will say, I have met many high-ranking officials of the Church of Chalon-sur-Saudry who I would not trust with such a matter, that they have been biased. I've talked to them of the great dangers of necromancy that we have found, and they downplay it as if it is some schoolyard bully's attempts at cowing the smaller men, the smaller children, as if these dastardly deeds and the defiling of the dead were nothing more than simple playground tomfoolery.
Okay.
And we cannot trust that Abbot Jared has not been sent here to replace a loyal and faithful member of the church with one who is more in keeping with such degenerates as we have come across in our travels. Now, out of character, I'm sure that will take a pretty hefty roll to get them to take my side in my eyewitness accounts.
Yeah. There's kind of 2 arguments going on here. One is you've basically given your account of the truth, which carries some weight. But you're also going to try to roll these rumors that you've accumulated by casting doubt on the prosecution.
And
so
in doing so, he would gather like those of people who he've talked to and they've talked to who've come to the trial would start murmuring, and of course, the activity there might even throw some weight. So that would be the D8 bonus that I got.
Yeah, right. That's the rumor mill bonus. So you did work all of that in. I think that they're going to make a counter argument, right?
All right. So it would be an opposed roll.
So it's going to be an opposed roll. If it was just an accounting of the truth, it would probably just go against a flat difficulty. And because you are implicating the Holy See, you're implicating the holy religion in this too. It's an uphill climb. So I'm rolling a D8 and a D10 in opposition to this.
All right.
Let me roll those first.
Going to be gossip or negotiation? Because I am trying to convince people to shed their innocent view of the church and take on a more worldly and nuanced view that there may be dissidents.
Yeah. So in this case, I could see negotiation, or I could see presence. Presence might be more of trying to make a show of things. There's substance to a lot of what you're saying. So I would say negotiation in this case. Let me roll. Oh, okay. Can I beat? Well, actually, we're still waiting on you. Here's my opposed roll. Okay, 6. So 6 is your target number.
I'm throwing my etiquette and ability in there to further my clout.
Cool. I think it could apply here.
Well, that 11 helps.
There you go.
That 8 might be good too. Well, actually, that is good.
Yeah. You wanted to get 7 or higher, so you got 2 from that roll.
All right. And can I make my favorite use of deceit versus authority and re-roll that 1? Wait, no,
Are
that
you
would
rolling
only
deceit?
tie because it's a D6, so never mind.
Yeah, I don't think I'm counting the rumor roll as a deceit roll. It's its own separate thing.
Oh, wait. Did you say I could roll deceit? Because that would have been an extra die.
No.
Yeah, I'm not rolling deceit, but because of that, I don't think I would let you choose a favored use for deceit in this roll.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I forgot that I didn't put deceit in that roll, and because everybody else has been used. Well, I've used deceit recently and basically the same endeavor.
You used deceit to make the rumor roll die.
Yeah, right. Not. You didn't?
No, I did, but I didn't use it for this roll.
That's what I mean, right? I don't think this roll plays because I don't think you should include deceit in this roll specifically.
Yeah,
and because of that, I don't think you should be able to use a favor to use for deceit because this roll didn't have deceit.
Of course, I mean that was my mistake.
Yeah, no, not
you created the lie with deceit, and now that lie is coming around full circle to give you a bonus, which
exactly,
is the rumor
right.
mill.
And it paid off on that D8.
Yeah, it did. You got that 8, so that's 2 successes. Okay.
So sorry for my mistake.
So, the Duke looks somehow even grimmer than he did before at this testament, but you can feel that the crowd is, they're captivated by the tale that you told of your journeys to find Collette and bring her back. And, ultimately, we're going off the theory that even though power is in the hands of the elite, that the mass populace, the power and the favor of the people does weigh on their decision. If this guy knows that by killing Collette, he's going to start a riot in his city, he probably won't do it. So you are kind of playing to the crowd as well. Okay. We got like 5 minutes. Who wants to go next?
I suppose I will. The doctor is definitely going to be one to go up there to portray Collette as a true and genuine person, someone who would literally stand in the way of an army for the benefit of the country here, and in fact did so.
I like it. All right. Sounds like will in negotiation probably.
Now, when you go up there and you state your name for the record, you're going to tap out of your anonymity, right?
I must tap out of my anonymity. I'm not just a no-name thief from across the border. Pay me no mind.
That doesn't matter. I don't. My name doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but
you can
believe what I have to
me.
say.
I'm definitely not bailing after this. All right, so I have at least will and negotiation.
I really feel like that should be your motto from now on.
Yeah. Ain't no fight to me.
Trust me, I'm not gonna bail after this. My motto.
Okay, so I'm looking for other things I can add here. I am dealing in a religious matter. This is definitely piety. Would you agree?
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Oh, I do have etiquette. I keep forgetting I have that here. It's just like at the bottom.
Etiquette can also help you here.
I'll throw an etiquette here. I know how these proceedings go, and I know how not to ruin it for myself and stop every 12 seconds to go, wait, no, for the record. And other than that, I think that's it. My odor of sanctity is in here, so while I'm up there, everyone just like, someone really went heavy on the incense today.
Yeah, they're like, man, he came prepared.
And they really love that incense. They don't care what I'm saying, though.
Oh, man.
But they care that I'm making a coherent argument, that I'm doing it politely, and that I'm one of them, and I smell really nice.
Right.
Everything except being who I am matters.
Indeed. And there's really nothing that they can argue with here. You're just telling it like you're saying she's a good person, she wouldn't do this. Not opposed.
I have evidence she cannot possibly be a spy because they literally tried to kill her.
There you go. And you're telling the truth. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so out of 7, I hit 4. That's pretty good. And Connor hit 3 by the looks of it.
Was it 3 or was it 2?
Well, it was versus 6.
It was versus 6.
Rumor.
Yeah, his negotiation didn't win because it was versus 6. He needed 7 or higher. Because they were counter-arguing his claims that the church was corrupt.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're currently...
So we're at 6 out of 7.
You're at 6 out of 7. You need one more success. Someone else will have to speak, or Collette dies. Who's it going to be?
Do I have to get up there and talk about how this man's actually a spy?
I mean...
Filibuster.
You haven't used your...
If you just waste everyone's time, they'll get bored and go, I guess we'll go ahead and say theirs.
I mean, yeah. I'll stand up and shout, I did not want to do this, but I have heard a number of rumors floating around this town in the days I've been here. And I smile down at Pretty Carmelith and I wink and blow her a kiss. And I...
Maybe.
And who are you and what's your title again?
I am Adris Gar, noble, minor noble under the House Triskellion.
Okay, so you can actually speak. Yeah, I'm not stepping up to speak because I'm nobody.
Mm-hmm.
From Triskellion, he's so well dressed.
Yes, in my time here, I have heard a number of things which I must now get off of my chest before a perhaps innocent person should die.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
So is this mind or will?
I think this is mind. Right?
It's academic. I think they're both the same for me. That's why I'm just...
Okay, then. Good, because I don't know, because it could really go either way on this one.
Negotiation, gossip, what am I looking for here?
We've been using negotiation, but I love your ostentatious presentation, so if presence would be better for you, you could use that as well.
Nope, negotiation it is.
Okay.
I'm noble, can tap that.
Yep.
Of course,
Do you have etiquette?
Mill sold that shit back.
Okay.
Does it sound like I have etiquette?
I don't know.
Hold on, let's go back up the list here. No to streetwise, no to carousing, not seducing anybody. I think this also falls outside the realm of fast talk. Gonna get that diplomacy at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this falls outside the normal realm of
your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But you do have that D12 for the rumors.
Already got that in there. Yeah.
Cool.
Are you going to be counter-rolling me here on this, since this is literally another test of rumor?
This is an attack specifically on Jared's own.
And I hear he loves foot-long subs.
So, yes. So, he's getting 2d8 to defend himself and his honor and his long prestigious history of service to the church in Chalon-sur-Saldre. So the target will be... Oh, crap. There it is.
Oh,
And I say this knowing that they're only rumors.
Let's see.
Well, shit. You know
Does anyone
what?
have luck that they can expend here or something?
Well, I think for anyone to do luck, they'd have to be in on the
Yeah, you
roll
have
with
to be
me.
personally involved.
Yeah.
You make a good point. Says I can't stand over here and pump my luck into someone else.
God,
You could
personality
roll
maybe.
Definitely use
personality,
your
but that's
personality.
still a 1 in 3 chance at this point.
I know, and at the other hand of this, I am also somewhat personally involved in the meta level because I
Yeah.
don't want Collette to die.
Exactly.
I am proud. I assume they're coming back hard at me like, those are false! This man's a liar!
Yeah, right. They're trying to
Why should we believe a
ruin your
Bates
good
other?
name.
Isn't your king a necromancer?
Damn it! That was my personality.
It didn't show up for me.
It
It's
came out
5.
5,
Oh,
yeah.
it's 5?
Hold on, do
All
I
right.
have anything else?
Well, it's a tough crowd.
I do have one more thing to tap, and I think we've been here before.
What is it? What would it be?
It is that, why, yes, I am William. I am Father William.
Okay, well, guys, to remember, the way influence gifts work is you can just tap them to get an automatic success. It's not an extra D12.
Again, the thing is that this is him saying that
Oh, right.
he has to get rid of Anonymous because he can't have both Ordained
No,
and
I mean,
Anonymous.
when you, as a noble, tap
Mhm.
nobility, you automatically have a successful roll.
Is that how
Right.
that works?
That's
Well,
exactly
yeah. If you use influence, if you're just saying I am noble, you get the D12. If you're
It-
saying
it
I'm
is-
noble, so listen to me,
yeah.
you get the success.
You get a bonus D12 in any
Oh.
roll to convince someone you're a noble, because you are, but you can also tap an influence gift to just get an automatic success.
oh, so
I did
that
not
would've been
know
I
that.
mean,
success.
we only needed one, and here I am. I do that
Now,
thing.
if there's another
That would be
noble
it.
who wants to call you out on your bullshit, the other power of nobility is you can tap that to negate someone else's nobility. Because you could say, so I'm a high-ranking baron. Yes, but I'm also a high-ranking baron, and you're full of shit. And
Okay.
they can
I like
tap
that.
their
Hold
nobility
on.
as far as yours.
I want to propose a narrative, which I think is probably how this would play out. Now that Arcloid also knows how this thing works, I'm assuming Arcloid would have also tapped his nobility in this same aspect, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Right.
So I would have had an
that
actual success.
which means that Baron then would tap his to negate him,
Right,
Yes.
and which means I come along with an additional nobility,
right.
and he wouldn't have anything left.
Well, you can buy nobility multiple times.
Right. Well, I'm assuming, and that's the narrative I'm trying
Right.
to
So
assume.
the question is, does he have enough influence to drown out both of them?
That is so cool. I would have
And
to
the
say,
reason-
yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, go ahead.
Well, if he was... No, I think that's too cool. Like, I can't resist that. It's...
Yeah.
I like the interplay.
The excuse for that was in a point-based game, if you spend points on nobility, you're not spending points on skills. And so you're actually being penalized because you're buying rank in something that doesn't actually do anything in the game. Because the GM's always going to ask you, why don't you make a roll? It's like, but I'm a high-ranking nobility. Yeah, but make a
It might
roll
not
anyway.
work.
So we didn't word
Yeah.
it that way. In the game terms, we worded it as in, you could just, if you fail the roll, you could just spend it to win anyway. And then other people who outrank you have to spend to resist theirs. For this situation we just described here, it's kind of like, well, you make a compelling case. You know, your case has no
Yeah.
merit. Yes, but I'm a noble. Yeah, I'm also and in other words, it works exactly the way it's here. We have
Like it can
literally
cancel
exhausted his influence by bringing more people, which is also how medieval trial works. Because we brought lots of people to talk you out of it.
Totally. So I like that. So then the way it would play narratively is Adris makes this audacious claim that seems to rile the people in the stands. And our noble opposition here, he just hisses a word, and it's too quiet to be heard over the crowds. But the crowds, at a gesture from our abbot, quiet down, and then he says, "Fine," or the our noble will say, "Fine. I've heard enough. Collette, former abbess of Harmony, I declare you innocent of the charges of treason. You will be released and set on your own recognizance, but you have been stripped of your title and of any claim that you lay to the clergy of the Avor Nation, Avor de Poix Nation. For abandoning your post, you have proven that you are not fit to hold the position of abbess or any other title with. And there's boos and shouts and cheers coming from the crowd, but ultimately you can see on her face, behind her stoic mask of calmness, that there is a flickering of relief in her eyes, and she looks to you, Adris, with gratitude, and to the rest of you. And we're out of time.
Guys,
technically you could appeal this on clerical law and get this overturned, in which case we'll have a church versus state battle. But that's for future, Colin.
I hate to say this, guys, but maybe we should be lawyers. This is our second court case we've won now.
Yeah, it was a close thing, and I was not above burning her. I would have done
won Connor's family versus Aluge before, and now we've won. We should be lawyers.
Once again, to make the debriefing go real quickly, that was a major reason for it. It's still worth your while to have the negotiation dice so you can win anyway, because nobility doesn't come back. It's an influence gift. Those come back when enough time has passed that your influence has returned, and that's up to the GM.
Yeah.
Right, and now Connor and Adris have spent both their nobilities and the wealth, and those will come back again for a while.
So, like, for example, if they wanted to arrest you because he's mad at you, so he arrests you for vagrancy or whatever, it's like you can't tap your nobility to get out of it. And once again, that was done on purpose so we could have a simple rule.
That's why I had the get out of jail free card back in Doloro territory.
Right, but now that your nobility has been tapped, it's kind of like,
Here's the thing: is that I never actually tap it when I'm gathering all my gang together and everything. I don't say, "Hey, I'm a noble." I say, "Hey, want to get a drink?"
Right. No, and that's completely understandable. And so once again, that was our original theory: was that if you wanted to run a very heavy influence game, you could have players buying multiple wealths, nobilities, ordainments, that sort of thing, so they could have. Without the usual problem you run into these games where they rank them. Like in a game like Chronicles of Darkness, they would say, okay, if you have 2 points, you're this rank, and if you have 6 points, you're this rank. That gets more problematic because then, so what? You let the player buy all their way up to be king of the clan? You can't let them...
it's just 5 experience points to say I'm the prince of the city. There's no problem with that, right?
Right. So instead of wording it that way, and that always got me in arguments with GM. So instead, it's like, we assume you're more like Cardinal Richelieu, where it's like, okay, you're not the Pope, but you're Cardinal Richelieu. Like, you have way more influence than any of these losers.
But it also helps model that, like, it's circumstantial, and you can only push it before you've crossed the line. So...
Yep, but I didn't participate because I know no fear and I serve with joy. I am a servant. Thus, I didn't. Not only that, I also don't have any negotiation. So I would just sit up there and stammer a lot. And I have no nobility to tap to make you believe me.
Fair enough. And Theta, why don't you tell us about Adris?
Adris Gar, Guerrilla Dilettante, Bod Rake, leader of the Achromic Gang. Personally proud. Model by Strength and Guile, and I also believe we accomplished a goal.
Yes, you did. The goal was getting Collette back to Harmony, which you guys did successfully.
Would you
and
say
again,
the second one for not letting her die?
For not letting her die. I mean, we didn't actually negotiate that. But you guys managed to keep her alive. I'd say that's its own reward. She owes you a life debt. But yes. Increase it, getting Collette back to Harmony, I was using as the chapter end. And so I want to offer increased trait of choice. You guys have been
so that was
plugging
a chapter,
along.
You said.
Yes, so that'd be a chapter, so you can refresh your chapter. And you would get an additional experience point because you get that chapter. And you can increase a trait of your choice, which you better not sell back. Dumb.
I'm actually thinking of selling it back because I don't care about my own traits. I'm not...
Okay.
I
guess in that case, then sure.
Yeah, I'm in a weird space where I don't care about my own
improved
body.
trait.
And while we're talking about goals, I realize that I like that we discovered that the sword is in goblin territory. So I would offer you of recover the Rinaldi sword from goblin lands if you'd like it.
So what do you say, guys? Should we actually invest ourselves into the fate of this land and actually go ahead and try to recover the sword, claim kingship, and take over once and for all?
I don't know. There's
Sounds
that
like fun.
little kid over there who's been pulling a sword from an anvil this whole time. I think he's first in line.
Okay, while you consider that, let's do the rest of the wrap up because Arcloyd played Connor.
Is that played Connor Lever de Ecrevis, the brazen raccoon knight errant and crusader. His motto is one hand washes the other.
Yep.
And he's completed that goal, so we're all good.
Awesome. Yep. We've got Griffin playing the anonymous doctor.
The anonymous Sir Saint William. First do no harm, second get paid, and I did both today.
There you go. And we had Rafferty playing Anushka. Well, you already gave us your motto.
Yep.
So yeah.
And just really quick during the briefing, I'm going to sell back my insider with the Grimarte, because screw those guys. And I'm going to finally buy Team Player.
Okay. About time.
Because it's about time.
Yeah, I'm going to buy Cosmopolitan because I have enough from all the sellback.
Nice. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for playing. And we'll play again next week, I hope.
All right. Catch you next time, everybody.